Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interestinglife.com. You're joining me and also my other friend by the name of Dan as we head out on a couple of bikes down the towpath from good old narrowboat Tilly, who's moored up just by these New Martin locks, and then heading down the roads into Oswestry. And yeah, I just thought I'd put together this little video as this turned out to be one of the coolest bike rides ever because you're seeing me on the blue and orange Mango bike ahead, which is a single speed bike, and this is filmed from a GoPro that Dan was wearing on his chest, which, well, obviously, as you can see from that camera angle, he hasn't got his head somewhere below his shoulders there, and he's also on a normal geared bike from Mango Bikes. You can see the proper brakes on the front of the drop bars there, and don't worry, it's not all going to be this bumpy footage going along the canal here. And yeah, I just thought I'd put together this little video. And the thing that made it so awesome was I had my iPhone connected up to this camera and I could see what he was filming and control it from my iPhone, which was mounted onto the handlebars of the blue bike. And my goodness me, it was the funniest thing. It was just great because obviously he could then say stuff to me like almost a one-way walkie-talkie, and after about a 4-second delay I would then hear what he was saying, or if I got ahead a little bit I would then see cars that were going to come up and pass me by just a few moments before they actually reached me and stuff like that. So yeah, just really wanted to put this video together to share a little bit of the footage and a few clips and so on. These are once again all of the nice little rural routes, but this being a completely different route to my usual one that I've been doing over these winter months, we do actually join onto the main roads here. One of the things that I should probably mention is how amazingly cool I'm looking sat on top of that lovely bright blue bike. Well, I'm wearing my waterproof coat, my brown trousers, my big massive boots, and also got some massive really thick socks pulled up all the way over the bottom of my trousers too. So yeah, definitely one for the Dan Brown style archives for future generations to look back on and say, oh yeah, why was nobody else dressed like this back in his day? So here you can see we're passing through Whittington with the absolutely lovely Whittington Castle. Of course, always got to stop and take a little panorama shot here. Absolutely love this place, and again it's one of the things that I've said so many times about when I'm biking in and out of the boat during the winter. During the winter it's mainly going to a separate location over at Chirk and Western Rin, and that's down entirely rural roads, as many of you will already know. But over the I'd say over the autumn and over the spring, I normally go down that road and cut through Whittington on my commutes in and out. So you can imagine that if I'm heading to Whittington at 7 AM on a Sunday morning, for example, firstly, it's a very pleasant way as long as the weather's good, particularly the bright, beautiful spring mornings with the sun rising up and all sorts going on. It's absolutely fantastic to then arrive somewhere like Whittington and maybe in about a 9-10 mile bike ride, only come across 10 cars in the entire trip and have something like Whittington Castle to go past and first thing in the morning and maybe be the only person at all that you see. But then equally at night time, sometimes when it's lit up from the front, it is an absolutely magical sort of final bit of civilization to have a peek at as you're travelling past. As you may well be able to tell, we have made it back to the great lands of Oswestry. We're currently cutting through some of the new part of town, and you may also have noticed that since Whittington I have been riding on a silver bike and Dan has been riding and filming from the single speed bike. You'll notice there the iPhone in its little quad lock case, which is streaming the video footage that you're watching right now to that so that you can preview it. As I say, I absolutely love that feature of the new GoPros, or well, the GoPros for the last couple of years. Anyway, as we cut into town and get further and further to some sort of end destination, I will wrap things up and say thank you very much for watching. Feel free to check out my other videos for a weekly biking video, a weekly boat life video, loads of scenery and stuff like that. And of course, please do check out my books available for the Kindle. They're nice and short, just search Amazon for The Narrowboat Lad, or find links to everything mentioned in the description below. Until the next time, keep it bike worthy, keep it boat worthy, and farewell.